my name is Neil Garrity and this is my PowerPoint presentation on BlackBerry strategic and non-strategic decisions. Organization overview, created in 1999, designed for the business world so that business people could send emails whilst on the move. Gained several awards. The most notable one is Fortune's magazine's fastest growing company. They have a reasonably diversified organization. Tablets, software that's used in medical and defense equipment. Started to break into the personal handset market in 2006 with its Electron 8700. This was to start gaining market share from the likes of Motorola and Tesco Mobile. Decision making. Strategic decisions are the main priority of an organization's strategy, and strategic management is to secure the long-term future of the organization. This is possible only if the products and services are made available at the right price and quality and in the volumes and location required by those who are to use and consume them. Non-strategic decisions, day-to-day operations. Operational decisions relate to the daily operations of an organization. The countless interactions that take place on a daily basis represent the result of operational decisions. In this presentation, we will firstly be looking at strategic decisions. Global mergers and acquisitions have grown at an accelerated pace since 1990. Mergers and acquisitions. BlackBerry have no recorded mergers, but considering the company's recent troubles, there could be one in the very near future. Below is a list of several acquisitions made by BlackBerry. QNX, later renamed QNX Software Systems, developed in the 80s as a real-time cross-industry operating system, bought for $200 million in 2010, reported a profit of $2.6 billion for 2012. Scoreloop, Munich-based company, cross-platform social gaming network, acquired in 2011 for $71 million, used in the likes of tablets, smartphones, used by Android, Apple and Windows. Acquiring this gave BlackBerry the technology that its competitors really rely on. Globalization, expansion and growth. Globalization, the internationalization of markets and corporations, has changed the way modern corporations do business. At one point, BlackBerry dominated the business market, expanded in the personal, mobile and handset market. At one point it owned 11%, this has now dropped to 2.8%. Entered emerging markets such as South Africa. Although after recently entering South Africa, this seems to have been a failed plan. The brand new Z10 handset has been heavily discounted by operators in and around South Africa. Next we will be looking at risk. Risk taken by its nature involves potential dangers and pitfalls. Only carefully managed risk is likely to lead to competitive advantages. Staff cuts. With recent news that BlackBerry has cut 40% of its global workforce, this now leaves the opportunity for competitors to snap up these employees. Acquisitions. Although mainly successful, some have failed. BlackBerry need to fully understand the risk before acquiring a new organization. Not understanding existing markets. BlackBerry had pre-made 5 million of their brand new Z10 phones. They sold less than 2 million and resulting in a $1 billion write-down, both financial and reputational risks. BlackBerry doesn't have an extensively diversified business portfolio. Although QNX is still making a profit, it can be used to support BlackBerry. The risk of not diversifying into different industries and having enough profitable organization attached to the company so that it can keep the non-profitable accounts afloat. Taking into consideration the cooperative banking example in the report. Expansion into emerging and new markets. The likes of Saudi Arabia, amongst other countries, threatened to block sales of BlackBerry products unless privacy settings were released to them. A better understanding of these countries and governmental issues would have aided BlackBerry in bypassing these problems. Before taking any major risks, both financially and reputationally, the organization should complete a SWOT analysis. This will give a better understanding of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats to the organization's brand new products, brand new lanes, emerging markets and new markets, etc. Here's a SWOT analysis for an overall example of the organization. Strengths: dominated business market, excellent reputation until 2009, QWERTY keyboard on mobile phone, BBM unique to just BlackBerry, encourage people to buy BlackBerry for this function. Awards: awarded the fastest growing company of all times by Forbes 2009. One of the main weaknesses is trend following, not setting. arrogance. BlackBerry didn't change with the consumer needs and trends. Software known for well mediatized blackouts, slow updates, and a limited amount of apps. It could be argued that BlackBerry grew into markets too quickly. BBM became invalid once BlackBerry lost its market share. Nobody had a phone to BBM another BlackBerry person, and its reputation took a massive hit. Opportunities: create more apps, win back the business market, concentrating on making a cheaper smartphone and tablet for emerging markets, make BBM a cross-platform app, which it now has. Look into emerging markets such as Brazil, India. This relates back to creating a cheaper smartphone and tablet. Threats: faster and better phones, e.g. Android, better operating software on other phones, huge debt that comes with the company. Competitors have a bigger and better choice of apps, shareholder pressure and rejections, such as the latest rejection from the majority stakeholder and shareholder who refused to buy out the rest of the company for $4.1 billion. The next slide will be on non-strategic decisions. Human resources, communication process during cutting the workforce. As mentioned earlier, recently BlackBerry cut 40% of its global staff. That in turn is going to have a major effect on job-related and organisational changes to employees. To better aid these changes, it's recommended that BlackBerry use the 11 points of introducing change. These are: give maximum warning, give the reasons for change, involve employees etc. in work groups, keep communication lines open, so as well as telling people that they potentially could lose their jobs, as well let people be able to communicate back to the managers about their grievances and their problems. Introduce changes as gradually as possible, offer and provide appropriate training, be aware of the benefits of both staying and leaving. If there's a company reshuffle, this can be very beneficial to employees being moved departments as a result of the staff. Minimize interference with hygiene factors. Take into consideration existing work patterns. Try to avoid splitting top performing, happy, effective work groups. If relocated to different departments, this can have a huge impact on their work ethic. Number 9, effects of change on individuals. Number 10, follow up regularly. Number 11, develop a favourable climate. This is used to help implement the next subsequent set of changes. As well as cutting staff, BlackBerry needs to ensure motivation and performance stays at a high level. Tools to help achieve this is flexible benefits system. The advantage of this is employee gets to select their own benefits that match their needs. It maximizes the psychological value of the benefits. There are some disadvantages with it. Our poor selection creates unwanted awarded costs, extra administrative costs. Another beneficial tool is understanding staff needs. This can be done by using tools such as Adams equity theory, which inputs have to measure the same as outputs for the likes of time, effort, reliability. It's a sort of input that has to be equal to pay, perks, benefits, just any major output that the employee needs to help them feel any kind of self-worth during their job and at the organisation. The next slide is the impacts of customer service. More and more businesses are finding that their core products are not enough to guarantee a competitive advantage. Customers are no longer staying with the companies just because of their products. Customer service is starting to play an even more influential role. BlackBerry could improve their customer service. They could look at Amazon's revolutionary Mayday button, where customers are automatically put through to customer service departments via video chat when using the company's affiliated devices. Opening their own outlets instead of just selling through third-party companies. Taking an example, the likes of the Apple Store, customers can go to tech advisors. They have a face-to-face point of contact, especially for customer service if there's something wrong with their devices. Instead of having to send it away, they can go to a store and get it sorted out. The next slide is on recommendations. Major recommendation would be to improve the business model. For example, don't just sell their products through third party. They should try and open up their own stores again so they can have a face-to-face sales and customer service point. Become a trend setter, not a trend follower. BlackBerry was known to be innovative, trend-setting company, and there's a strong argument that the company is now falling behind the likes of Google Android, Samsung, Apple, implementing changes. Once decisions to change have been made, there are several tools, as mentioned above, to help implement these changes. Another would be McKinsey's 7S's model, as shown below. The model can be used for the improvement and restructure of BlackBerry to help identify what needs to be realigned, what could help improve, or to maintain alignment during other types of changes. So below is the McKinsey 7S's model. As you can see, all the S's are linked together and each have a very important role when implementing changes. More recommendations to follow is a SWOT analysis should be used before making decisions. For example, entering a new market, expansion into another country, releasing a new product. As mentioned above, there was a generic SWOT analysis shown earlier in the slides. Other tools that could be used is the likes of a pestle, either a SWOT or a pestle, if it had been used before BlackBerry tried to emerge into the countries the likes of Saudi Arabia, where they had the contentious problems of having to release their privacy data. This could have been picked up and addressed before major impacts happened. Start to improve the reputation of the company again. Improve and retain market share. Try and go back to the business market. Start making a name for itself, and then perhaps try and expand into the personal mobile handset market again. Diversify business portfolio. Diversify products. Try and make a cheaper tablet. If not, try and make their tablets a lot better than existing tablets, the likes of Apple's Air and Apple's mini tablet. Another recommendation would be creating a critical success factor table, which is shown in the next slide. This is a very useful tool that will help the organisation find out what a competitor is doing with their products, what is important to their customers, and what makes their products stand out. As you can see, BlackBerry has fallen well below any of the market leaders. This needs to change if BlackBerry has any chance to gain back any market share. The 5 key aspects that are looked into on this table are apps, customer service, design, reputation, and brand loyalty. As shown, Google Android are at the top of the market. If BlackBerry were to address and concentrate on these 5 segments, there's a fair chance that they could become the market leaders again. In conclusion, could the organisation have left its implementation of strategic decisions too late? This could have been one of the major contributions to the failing of BlackBerry. BlackBerry did not take the time to monitor new trends, new types of customers and competitors. Lost sight of sticking to their core goals of providing a device and service that's reliable to users. Taking into consideration the large mediatized service blackouts shows that BlackBerry got somewhat sloppy with their upkeep of systems. Could it be too late for BlackBerry to recover from its large loss of market share, reputation and financial losses? If correct strategic decisions are made, then it could be assumed that there's still time for BlackBerry. Perhaps if the organisation started to gain back its original core business, implement cost-cutting strategies such as relocating distribution centres, employee contracts, looking into zero-hour contracts, perhaps maybe even job share. This could have major cost-cutting benefits to the company. With the recommendations, it could be argued that BlackBerry can one day return to its glory days. And I'd like to thank you very much for listening to my presentation.